Ushio sees Shinpei making his curry and is pleased to see him. Shinpei is taken aback and remarks that she ought to have attended the festival on the 24th. Ushio explains that some shadow-like monsters would appear at the festival and eat everyone, which Ushio wonders how he knows. Ushio wonders if he was also present when Shinpei realizes that she had already attended the festival. Shinpei hides Ushio under the counter when Mio enters, her stomach rumbles, and Mio remarks that it sounds like his sister's. However, Mio is glad that he is hungry because it indicates that he is okay. Shinpei continues cooking. He gives Ushio a note when Alan arrives, telling her that Alan will use the restroom in 5 minutes, followed by Mio. Ushio ought to go to Shinpei's room when they leave. Shinpei declares that he is very hungry and takes 2 plates into his room after completing everything as before and the cooking. Shinpei sees Ushio eagerly awaiting the curry when he enters his room. Shinpei asks Shadow Ushio where she came from and wonders how she managed to loop with him. Ushio explains that she got up at Omoto Beach and walked there. Ushio claims that she remained hidden and no one ever saw her, recalling Mio's characterization of her as a monster. Ushio's shadow is startled when Shinpei touches it, and she says she is tickled. Because she is completely unprepared, Shinpei is prepared to kill her, but he remembers that she assisted him. Shinpei recalls telling Ushio that he would be attending culinary school in Tokyo. He told her that he couldn't continue to be a burden for the Kofun family. But the truth is that he loves Ushio and can't continue to be her stepbrother. Ushio asked Shinpei to make her curry on his last day on the island, but he was too busy packing to tell her. Shinpei decides not to kill Shadow Ushio when she tells him how happy she is to be able to eat his curry once more. Ushio informs him that she wants to put an end to the monsters, and the two of them agree to collaborate in order to stop the events at the festival. Shinpei wonders if Ushio can imitate other people, but Ushio cannot. Shadow Mio is scheduled to appear in 10 minutes. Hizuru, who is now Ryanosuke, asks Jinjiro if he is in position, and Jinjiro replies that he is. Additionally, he advises Ryanosuke not to rely on everything Shinpei said because prey is notoriously unpredictable. Shinpei receives a message from Ryanosuke inquiring about any changes. After that, Shinpei wonders if he should tell Ushio, but he doesn't. He inquires of Ushio as to whether she will not change clothes. Ushio then realizes that staying in a swimsuit is strange, but at that exact instant, her swimsuit starts to disappear. She punches Shinpei because she saw her naked and asks him to give her clothes. He tells her that Mio's shadow is coming and gives her a shirt. He brings up it is an exercise in futility to secure, as the shadows can pull out into their shadows and enter from the littlest breaks, which makes Ushio endeavor to make it happen, yet fizzles. Additionally, Shinpei explains that Mio's shadow has never entered the house before, so there is no need to be concerned. A shadow entered the house in the interim. Ushio hides behind the blanket when Mio enters Shinpei's room. Mio is there to take care of the dishes. But she is surprised to see Shinpei use 2 spoons and glasses. Mio thinks it's because Ushio came, and she tells Shinpei that at Hitogashima, the dead souls go back to their homes and become guardian deities. Shinpei is alarmed because she almost saw Ushio as Mio leaves but returns in a matter of seconds. She is, however, dressed in her school uniform, which he observes. After that, Shadow Mio tries to stab him, but Ushio shields him and takes the blow. After that, Ushio pushes Mio back. But she goes into her shadow, emerges, and stabs Ushio's shadow, injuring herself. Shinpei challenges Mio after realizing he can't win. He opens the curtains. After that, Mio turns to Ushio and asks her why she is protecting him when he, Jinjiro, and Hizuru all killed a shadow. Ushio says that she loves Shinpei, and it's fine to support the one you love. Mio turns towards Shinpei to kill him as she yells that Ushio has passed away. Jinjiro blows her head out of the window at that exact instant. Shinpei stabs Mio's shadow as he kneels down. She wonders why Shadow Mio died because she also loved him. Shinpei stops Ryanosuke from smashing Ushio's head as he enters Shinpei's room and protects her with his body. Shinpei claims to be aware that Ryanosuke despises shadows and that their objective is to eliminate all of them, however. Ushio had rescued Shinpei twice by shielding him with her own body. Shinpei threatens Ushio's wound and begs Hizuru to save her. Ryanosuke turns to Hizuru and warns him that she will kill him as well if he chooses to side with the shadow. Shinpei says he will loop again to persuade her the next time, and he doesn't care. Ushio inquires about the real Mio's health. Hizuru states that she is in the bathroom, which she confirms. After that, Hizuru decides to assist Ushio after realizing that her voice is identical to the one she heard in the message that brought her to the island. When Hizuru gets outside, he dries Ushio's arm with water before he vanishes. Ushio becomes frantic, but he later claims that it won't hurt. Hizuru explains that the wound was a projection of her main body's damage. Ushio is unaware of Hizuru's claim that she previously frequented the Kofun restaurant on a regular basis. After that, Hizuru plays her the message, in which Ushio tells her that Shinpei Ajiro is the only one who can stop the shadows and that the shadows will kill everyone at the festival. Ushio, on the other hand, is unaware of it as well. Jinjiro is puzzled as to why the Mio shadow entered the house this time and behaved differently. Shinpei claims to be aware that they murdered Shirori. Hizuru is of the opinion that Mio saw them as a threat and moved to get rid of them. They were after Hizuru and Jinjiro in the previous loops, but in this one, they are aware that Shinpei is with them. Given that they eradicated all shadows at Kobayakawa's, Shinpei is perplexed as to how they know that. If he intends to remain in Ushio's shadow, Hizuru informs him that they will not be able to continue working together. She concurs that Ushio is probably flawed and currently has no malicious intent, but she may be fixed at some point. Shinpei informs Hizuru as they leave that she was killed by Mio's shadow in the forest surrounding the shrine on 23rd, just past 3 p.m. There may still be a replacement for Mio, even though he has lost. In the first part of the day of 23rd, Ushio is ravenous and Shinpei goes to take some food. He goes to Mio, who talked to Takiko all night, and tells her he's awake so she doesn't have to go to his room. Shinpei then shows the shell necklace to Ushio, but she doesn't remember anything else. Mio then gives him the necklace. Shinpei continues as he did on the 23rd and starts working at the restaurant. When Tetsu gives him Ushio's phone, so goes to the restaurant. Shinpei grabs 2 umbrellas and takes them outside, anticipating that it will rain later. He needs to tell him something about Ushio's death, so says. She was most likely killed, according to Ushio, who appears behind him and mentions the strangle marks. So confirms, but is shocked when he realizes it's Ushio. After that, Ushio and Shinpei tell him everything. So says she can punch Ushio and apologizes for not doing more to save him at the end. Ushio kicks him right then, wondering if he's happy and if he should get up because they rely on him. Shadow Ushio has no recollection of what happened at the private beach where Ushio passed away. Shinpei hands her his phone and says that he wanted to look through it but it was locked. Ushio uses her fingerprint to unlock the door after realizing that the password has changed. She sees a video from the morning of the 20th, the day she died, as she looks at it.